Hey everybody, how are you? Come on in. Mm-mm-mm. I'm gonna eat a popsicle. How is everybody? Let me pull my girls. Make sure the girls are covered, honey. Hey. Oh yes, they're sparkly. Chartreuse. Hey Victoria. Hey YB. How are y'all? Let's let the folks come on in. We are gonna make sure you thumbs up as you come in or as you start watching. I don't know when you're gonna watch this. Make sure that you yeah, let's if you're not a subscriber, subscribe. And click the bell notification if you haven't. We are going to talk about, I have one of them. We're going to talk about, before I explain my popsicle. Are these all popsicles where y'all from? What do y'all call these? I call them popsicles. Anyway, we are going to talk about the Emmys and the trans actresses of Pose being snubbed. Folks are really in their feelings. Okay, Google, what's the current weather?
Right now in Houston, it's 77 degrees with rain. Today, there will be scattered thunderstorms with a forecasted high of 89 and a low of 77.
Yeah. Hey, simple. Yeah, so it's 77 degrees. It's raining though. So I just went out to get little snacks or whatever. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Hey, Duha. Hey, Guru. Come on in. You look good, girl. Thank you. I feel, you know, it's my Hawaiian little house dress. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Hey, friends, how are you? Yeah, listen a little, and I don't feel like combing my hair hat. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Hey, Omari, how are you? Do y'all watch Pose? Like, do y'all actually watch the show? Is anybody on here that doesn't watch Pose? Okay, good. Mm, gotcha. Well, the kids are in their feelings. The kids are definitely in their feelings about the the snub. um, I don't know. I don't know if I should say that. So let's talk about it in general, not my specific opinion. Let's talk about, okay, so 2 years in a row, Pose hasn't gotten, nominated except for the one, not the one, but the cisgender main character, which is Billy Porter. So I'm gonna keep it real. Y'all know I always do. When I first watched the first episode, when I watched the first episode, I was like, "Nah, girl, this acting is kind of mm-mm. I'm not feeling this acting. I'm loving the story. It's a kiki, but this acting is kind of I ain't feeling it. But I'm gonna support it because shit, we don't get too many motherfucking shows centering trans folks, so I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna click thumbs up. I'm gonna watch it. They gonna get my viewership and count and rating and all of that because you ain't never gonna catch me not supporting my own shit, even if it's quote unquote you know subpar or whatever. But let me and another thing. These are in my mind. I knew going into the show that these are new actresses. So I'm not expecting no motherfucking Meryl Streep in the cast. I'm just not. I'm expecting, I am looking for a learning curve. I'm okay with a learning curve. I am okay with waiting and being patient for the growth to reveal itself. And I have to say, compared to first season two, excuse me, season two, step above season one in regards to the acting chops and what the actresses and actors brought to the table in regards to their skill. They really definitely from the first season to the second season upgraded so much better for me. So I appreciated Blanca's work. I appreciated season 2, episode 4 with Candy. Kind of appreciated India. Yeah, it was some moments. Appreciated Poppy. Poppy kind of pulled some heartstrings. Now there was some to get me to feel the story is not really that hard. You don't have to be amazing actors because I'm trans. So the storylines and the writing, you already won me over with that. So the acting doesn't need to be great to win me over. Do you feel what I'm saying? And so for me, I'm already bought. Like I'm already all in. So, and emotionally connected, blah, 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 blah. When I'm watching it, who moves me the most is Billy Porter in regard to their acting chops. Billy Porter, I just think he's great. He moves me the most. Um, so the first year when he was nominated, I got it because from the beginning, even on season 1, Billy was the actor. You see what I'm saying? He was the person who, if we're just focusing on the acting skill, he was the one that was saving it and carrying the show for me. Just being honest. Um, that's what it was. That's just my honest opinion. Um, but season two, as I said, season two, it definitely upgraded. So because a lot of these actresses, they are this is their first project. And so I can only imagine, them getting coaching and they need to have room to get better. And so for me, season two showed you that they have gotten better. Like it just seems their skill has come up. But compared to some of these names that the Emmys did nominate, culturally, some of these shows, I'm like, who are they? What did they do? Some of these shows, I'm like, I don't even know. I've never even really saw them. What impact did they have on culture? And does that matter? Maybe not. I don't know. But some of these shows I ain't heard about until they were nominated. I'm like, maybe I'm in my little bubble. But I follow pop culture. I look for shows and I'm subscribed to all the streaming networks and I love watching entertainment. So I feel like and all kinds of it. So I'm like, you couldn't give them a nomination? Maybe not a win. Maybe not a win. But a nomination? You couldn't give them a nomination. And being that it's voted on by the peers, all this, y'all couldn't give them a nomination. Child, boy. I think they deserved a nomination for season two. When they got snubbed last year, I was like, now girls, I wanna ride with y'all. Y'all they had mentioned the snub. I wanna ride with y'all, but I can't ride with y'all on the acting stuff because I just didn't feel that part of it. And I can see why Billy Porter was, you know, put on. But this year, the season two, I think they deserved a nomination. They really did good. See, I enjoyed Yvonne. I enjoyed Yvonne. I enjoyed her acting. Hunter Schafer, is it Schafer Hunter? On Euphoria. Trying to think of. I wasn't moved by Schafer. I was moved by Zendaya. I think Zendaya. I watched Euphoria. I wasn't moved by Schaefer's character. I wasn't moved by the acting. Um, I wasn't turned off by it, but the acting that I enjoyed was Zendaya's in that show. Her depiction of the addict and fiending and tweaking, all that shit. I lived. And her relationship with Jules. Is it Jules? Which one is Jules? Is Zendaya the Jules? Her relationship with the character. I live for that. I love Zendaya. Um, yeah, her character's relationship with Jules. I enjoyed their interaction, but the standout person on that show in regards to the acting was Zendaya and the girl that plays on Handmaid's Tale. That was fucking the black boy with the big titties. I don't know her character name, but she plays on Handmaid's Tale. She's the one that they dumped in the pool when she was in love with that young boy and they dumped her in the pool with them barbells on her leg. She plays her on Handmaid's Tale. But they're never going to give us our things. The politics seems to always get in the way and take precedent over the performance. How sad. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to. Yeah, I think that you're going to not nominate it. It's not about. I can't say who if they were. I can't. There's some people that I don't know. I didn't watch the show, so I don't know their skill. But if I watched it, do y'all feel like I also wasn't moved by Regina King's acting performance in Watchmen. I enjoyed the show, but I wasn't moved by the acting. I wasn't like, yes, bitch, you better act. Yes, I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. But I wasn't moved by that. So, but I'm glad that she's getting her rides. I wasn't moved by that. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of things going on because, even I like Regina King in Poetic Justice. Yeah, see, I didn't really like the writing in Poetic Justice. It was real, I don't know. That was back in the time when it was very stereotypical black. Girlfriend. It was very they were kind of writing towards a stereotype that I didn't like. Regina is great, but the acting was a bit awkward. Yeah, I didn't feel the acting. I felt the storyline. I felt the show. Yeah. Mm-mm. The big good husband of hers on Watchmen gave me everything I needed. He moved the hell out of me. Yaya moves everything on my body. Yes, Yaya is everything. Yeah, that's mainly why I watched it. No, I like the storyline, and I like sci-fi, so I enjoyed watching it. Um, but yeah, I'm trying to think of. I don't know. I feel like and even if you didn't have the acting, like what show is pushing culture forward? Like on a what show is pushing culture in a new direction? I think that's impactful to culture. That's in the lane of the like pose. Like I don't know, and maybe I'm biased because I'm trans, but I'm trying to think of other shows that are pushing culture forward. I don't know. I'm not feeling it. I feel like there should have been another category that they could have been up against. Regina was a great vehicle for the story, but she's been great in all of the roles she's done recently. You know what she was good in? I loved in Bill Street. Is that what it's called? Something Bill Street something. Um, I loved her in 7 Seconds. Is it 7 Seconds? I loved her in a couple of things recently. Yeah. Other than that, mm-mm. If Bill Street could talk, yeah, I loved her in that. I did like her in that. The Academy loved Regina. She's already three and an Oscar. Yeah, she good. Yeah, they like her. Do you watch Queen Sugar? No, I don't watch Queen Sugar. Queen Sugar is very. It's not my. I'm not invested in the culture that Queen Sugar revolves around. I think. Wait, which one? No, that's Greenleaf. Greenleaf and Queen Sugar, I mix up. I don't know. Is which one is revol? Greenleaf is the one around the church, right? Greenleaf is the one around the church. I don't fuck with that one because I don't like that culture, the church culture that is the storyline is rooted in. I don't even watch my show like that. And Queen Sugar, I don't know. I just didn't get bit by the bug of Queen Sugar. But I heard there was a trans character, right? There was a trans guy character, something. Yeah, I didn't get bit by the Queen Sugar bug. Yeah, I didn't bit by that. Are you going to watch the new series that's coming on HBO with Journey Smollett? Oh yes, Love Country. Yes, God. Yes, that just sounds sickening. First of all, it's from Jordan Peele, right? And and I love Journey Smollett. I've been loving her since she was a child actress, and I love her growth into adult acting. Ever since like Great Debaters, her acting was really moved me in Great Debaters, and yeah, I liked her. Really liked her. What else? It's a black sci-fi show. What is a black sci-fi show? Yes, Greenleaf is the one with the church. Yeah, I don't fuck with that. Um, Queen Sugar's Beautifully Shy. Yeah, isn't that fine ass dude named Sophie or what's his name? The one that was on Girl Trip. Ain't he on Queen Sugar? Yeah, I did like Underground. I was mad that they canceled that too. Yeah, Kofi is fine. He is fine. That is bad. No, haven't have nots is too Chitlin Circuit, Tyler Perry. No. I don't really fuck with stuff like that. Not really my tea. Should we? I don't. The thing about it, people act like they don't care about these white folks. Um, they act like they don't care about these white folks' awards, but you kind of got to, like, because those white folks award. Um, oh yeah, Love Country does seem like black sci-fi. These white folks award, if you're in this system, you're in the system of Hollywood, and those awards make a difference. They take your rate up, they take your money that you can ask for up, and so you got to care about these awards. So being snubbed is important. Yeah, I love Miss America, Miss America, baby. They deserve all the awards that they are nominated for, baby. That show was 50. The acting, the writing, the everything. That show was love. Um, do you like supernatural shows? It just depends. I like any kind of sci-fi. Um, but yes, these white people's awards. I don't know if I be feeling snubbed all the time, but I care. Oh, I care. I was telling somebody. I was talking to somebody. I did an interview with this podcast recently, maybe like a couple of days ago, and we were talking about people like trying to pay you with exposure and pay like instead of paying you to do work, they want to well you can do this. It'll just be the exposure, and I'm like, nigga, I don't do shit for exposure, and I was like, I'm Diamond motherfucking Styles, and so in my mind, I'm not a celebrity, but my community knows who I am. Like, like simple as that. So I don't. So there's a lot of things that I'd be like, oh, I wish I was able to do that, or I wish like when they be having these LGBT 100 list and um all these like one they do these like annual 100 people or whatever. And I'm like, oh, I wish I was on the list. But I also be like, I don't need it because the people in my community know who I am. That's who I do my work for. That's who I do my show, show for. So, and there have been things that has happened in my life that I'm like, you know, that affirms me. And so I don't know. I don't know that I care. I guess if I was an actress, I would care. Yeah, I guess if I was an actress, I would care. But I'm trying to think of something that would be kind of like the equivalent in my activist sector. But I'm like, my community knows who the fuck I am. Yeah, so I don't know. The Vampire Diaries, Dark Angel, Buffy. No, I don't like none of that. No. Dark Angel, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Xena. Ooh, no. Hate. I hate all of those shows that you just named. Hate. Like with a passion. They're supposed to take the rate up, but all Monique and Octavia Spencer, it doesn't financially give you what you deserve, but their white counterpart get big bucks for mediocrity. Um, I don't think that all their white counterparts get big bucks for mediocrity. I think there's a lot of great non-black actresses that out here do great work, but there's some that just suck. There's some that are not doing that are just kind of doing regular stuff and it's being praised. There are some that are mediocre, but I don't think all of them are. I think there are some who are top of their game. Um, but the difference is that there are some black people who are top of their game who don't get that kind of notoriety. And I think Viola Davis really pointed it out. Yeah, she was like, if I'm the Meryl Streep of the black Meryl Streep, why I'm not getting Meryl Streep money? And another layer to that is I don't need to be the black Meryl Streep. I'm Viola Davis. that's that's definitely something that would be annoying to me. Um, let's get some ruffles. Are y'all to talk about Angela Stanton harassing Kaden on the podcast? Yes, we actually already recorded it yesterday, and it will be out tomorrow. What do you think about it, Reggie? I have seen Raising Dion. I did like Raising Dion. I haven't seen Black Lightning. My only issue with Raising Dion is that the character in the comic, the mother character was black, like black, brown, black. And they made his mother like biracially looking. And that was weird to me. I wish they just would have left his mother black instead of being that biracial. They hired a biracial girl. That's weird. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Victoria, what did Miss America open your eyes about? I'm not in Georgia, so I don't know. Angela Stanton. I know she's a Republican, so I wouldn't follow a black Republican if it would save my life. So I don't understand how coordinated the conversations are. They aren't as stupid as people portray them to be. When you say they, who are they? Conservatives? Yeah, I don't ever think that way. I think some of them are dumb. Of course, you have those low level dumb people, but there's some smart ones too. Yeah, Reese Witherspoon got a snub too. Yeah, I thought Reese did really good on Little Fires Everywhere. She was Karen, baby. She was Karen. Hey, Lil. TCWE, what is that? Was supposed to be a film long ago. Jada Pinkett Smith was in talks of playing Winter. The coldest winter ever, I think that's what you mean. She's too old now. I'm pretty sure Sister Soldier, when it was in talks, they probably wasn't doing something right with the money. And Sister Soldier was like, "You're right." She probably pull a Michaela Cole, and was like, "No, thank you." Well, Coldest Winter Ever has multiple, not chapters, multiple. There's been sequels. Midnight. But yeah, Coldest Winter Ever was one of her most popular bookseller. But I'm surprised it's not. Has it aged well? I wonder. Has I never read it. Read it. I started it, but I don't know. I didn't watch Morning Hour. I really don't follow Reese like that. I like her as a person, but I don't really follow her work. Before all the Trump shit, all Angela was known for was being one of Phaedra Park's pawns back in the day. Yeah, um, I think he should sue her, but I don't think he's gonna win. But we talk about it on the show. I don't want to ruin how we talk about it. But there's some, Kaden. Kaden has an interesting personality, and sometimes that personality leads to him playing the victim. Not necessarily in this case, but it get real witchy with him. I think Dominique, you said Hunter Schafer is so palatable to the mainstream and talented that she would have at least got a nomination. So, like we talked about this earlier, I wasn't moved by Schafer Hunter's performance. I just wasn't. It was bland to me. I actually don't like Dominique's acting at all. Like she is the least. She's my least favorite actor on Pose. Now, I said this, and somebody else reiterated what I said because I do a. If you don't know, on Marsha's Plate, we do a special. When Pose comes out, we review Pose, and we review every single episode. And I have said this early on in my review of the show. Dominique may be channeling Crystal LaBeija as a character, and Crystal LaBeija is very extra. Her personality is very extra. And so her channeling that character can come off as bad acting. But Crystal LaBeija, if you listen to her, and we know that that's a real person, but if somebody was playing her, it almost would seem like a bad actor. Do you see what I'm saying? So if she had come out and said that I'm channeling Crystal LaBeija, then for me, and I'm thinking that she is, that's where I can give her grace, because how she comes off very theatrical, that character in Crystal LaBeija, I can understand that. But there's some moments like with there's some moments that don't need the theatrics, that she really could have shined in her acting skills when she had got her sex change with her trade. I didn't feel that moment. That moment, what's his name? With old boy from Special Victims Unit. That moment where she was in, it was her scenes to shine. I didn't get it. I didn't get it. I like Dominique's factions, but her acting seems flat. She doesn't really do any inflections or anything. Yeah, I don't like it. Let me scroll up. She has nothing to give, and the morning show is good. Well, I already know you know about the trans village and sale framing. I don't think he's gonna win either. I want him to hit her with a good cease and desist though. Yeah, I think she's really. I think she's the best in the cast. You think Dominique is the best in the cast? Wow. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I do not. Strongly disagree. You pulled her mugshot out. He pulled her mugshot out with the quickness. Yeah, I haven't been following. That's getting messy, and I don't like follow stuff like that. I haven't, especially the boring kind of messy. I'm like, You're invalidating trans people. Girl, you so 1990s. Girl, get out of here. I haven't listened to all of your polls reviews, only season 2. Yeah, I did season 1 and 2. And yeah. Um, what I always suggest people to do is when you watch an episode, listen to the review. I think that was the writer's fault. They made her so boring, in my opinion. Yeah, I liked her and Jules' interaction. I liked Zendaya's and Jules' interaction. And Zendaya's acting skills in the show was the one that stand out to me. Who is Christopher Maloney? That's the guy from Special Victim Unit. Yeah, I think that's his name. Yeah, that's that whole character. That was them exploring her character, and it fell flat for me. Yeah, season 1, everybody was flat. Yeah. I did like the scene with Blanca and the school teacher when they were at the table and she was convincing her to let Damon in. I felt something from Blanca then. That kind of moved me a little bit, but that was about it on season 1. Nah, MJ put her heart and soul in this season. Yeah. She definitely stepped up season 2. MJ did, yeah, definitely. All of them did. I think all of them. Season 2, they really wore it out. Did you like HBO Oz? Only watched a couple of episodes of Oz. That ain't that too many niggas. I don't like shows with too many dudes. Like I barely watch The Wire. Anything with too many dude energies, cishet male energies. No, I'm not watching that. It's annoying for me. So Oz was one. The Wire. I think the only episodes of The Wire that I watched was the ones with Snoop. Because if it got some queer shit, I want to watch it. Um, any cishet male energy, any show. Like I didn't watch Noah's Ark because it was cishet gay male stuff. Yeah, it wasn't all shit like that. No. um, do you think the guys on Oz were fine? The dude with the dreads is cute. Adabisi, is that his name? Adabisi. I think he's more my type. That dark skin with sexy lips. Adabisi. The Muslim dude was kind of cute, but not really. Kinda. But if I was to look at which ones were cute, it would be the dude with the dreads, the one that was you kind of saw his piece when he was when they did the scene with how he got paralyzed. I liked him and Adabisi. That's about it. Um, do you think the guy? Are you proud of Madison for her presenting gig for the trans artistry? Yes, I'm proud of. Yes, I saw that. I was so proud of her. We are actually organizing an event where we're trying to get her to be the host of it. And is similar to that, and we love to see that she's having these opportunities. No, I don't watch Shy for that exact reason. Zendaya's performance is the actor of everyone she was in the scene with. Yes, absolutely. I'm just bored and tired of mainstream actors. How many trans people have been nominated? Because I seriously don't know. I think Laverne got nominated for Orange is the New Black. I don't know anybody else. I can't take you. Why you say that, Brianna? Ours was really worth watching because of all the full frontal nudity. Yeah, I heard it was a lot of full frontal of the dudes. Yeah, I think didn't his meat show like didn't the dude in the wheelchair when they showed this when they flashed back to his scene when he got paralyzed? It wasn't his meat showing. I thought that was what it was. I thought he did show. Yeah, I did. But that was about it. I didn't really watch it. Why is there such a culture of not giving a fuck when so many trans sisters of color are slaughtered? It happened again here in NYC just recently in the Bronx. Yeah, her name is Tiffany Harris. And in Baton Rouge. A culture of not giving a fuck. I don't know. I don't know about that. Yeah, he was having sex back then. Yeah. No, Laverne didn't get nominated for this season. She got nominated for either last season or a couple seasons back for Orange and New Black. Not this season. We briefly talked about Angela, but I talk about it on the show coming out tomorrow. She's one of our topics. Hey, Nunu, how are you? Hey, Lay. What's your thoughts on Angela, Brianna? No, not for some years. I stopped watching Orange is the New Black when they killed off Poussey. I thought that was tired. Yeah, somebody was saying that earlier. But mm, I think black people, okay, I think black people are delusional about how conservative cishet black people really are. I have said this on multiple occasions. They are progressive when it comes to race, but they are not progressive when it comes to anything else. They align with Republicans a lot when it comes to queer shit, when it comes to women shit. They align with traditional a lot. There is a lot of black folks who align with Republicans. It is not hard for them to be, it is not hard for them to go over to that side, y'all. If they don't give a fuck about black people, it's easy for them to be over there. That's why you see a lot of dudes over there, black dudes. They're only progressive. The cisgender people are only progressive when it comes to race. They only have a racial analysis of oppression. They don't care about none of that other shit. They align with them. So don't be delusional and think that these people are just scamming because, ooh, this is an opportunity. Yes, that can be a part of it. But a lot of their ideology aligns with Republicans. Don't let that fool you. It's a lot of it. She is nothing but a puppet for the Trump administration. They love to give people awards when it's a cis person playing a trans person. Yes. Yeah. If they want races over there, they'll be snuggled up all over there. Mm-hmm. I don't think they get it. But it's almost like misogyny. Sometimes they don't see it. Like misogyny in the queer gay male community. Sometimes they literally don't see how their misogyny shows up. You like, you, dude, that was really sexist. Oh, I'm sorry. I got these for my sandwich, but I got some bologna in there, and I was gonna make a bologna sandwich and put these on it. But they kind of good. They don't want to see it even when you tell them. And point it out flat as day. What was crazy to me is how you can point something out so flat as day to their ass and make an analogy that's so like lays it flat out, and they'll be like, "No, those hot chips f up my stomach. I love, not mine, baby. I don't like nothing without no seasoning." Well, that's not the same thing. Yes, it is the same thing, sweetie. Yes. Yeah, I'll show y'all my new camera. I got a shotgun mic. It's so cute. I ordered a new chair because I'm building, not building, but I'm creating like a space in my apartment that is going to be my recording space. And it's the new chair I got is like this cute little yellow chair. It's cute. And it's going to be perfect for the little spot that I have. I don't like spicy food. A lot of people don't like spicy food. Mm, 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 mm. Ain't nothing going on but the rent. Gotta have a J-O-B if you wanna be with me. I love Indian food. That's one of my favorites. Indian and Asian food is my favorite. Asian and Cajun. Mm, yes, I have. Are you going to bring back Marsha's plate? What does that mean? Bring back? We didn't go nowhere. What are you talking about? Did you already talk about Billy Porter post on Instagram? No. What did the post say? I don't follow Billy Porter. Not because I don't like him, but I just don't follow him. Diamond, are you going to teach us how to make New Orleans New Orleans? Oh, Nation of Islam bean pies. No. I learned because I have a bunch of Nation of Islam people. My podcast is still up, darling. It's still we put out an episode every Thursday. Whatever podcast platform that you listen to us on, you should subscribe so you don't think that we're down and we're not. Yes, we are on every podcast platform: Stitcher, iTunes, Spotify, all the major ones, honey. We actually got featured on Spotify this year for Pride. Made us tons of money. Um, yes, I have a lot of aunties who were um, woke and they were Muslims. Now they're like witchy. Now they're into Orisha worship. They don't fuck with the patriot. It's funny. All the women in my family, if they get out of Christianity, they go to Muslim and then they go to something even more radical. So they don't like they don't like Christianity because of racism. So they go to Muslim, and then they don't like the Muslim because of patriarchy, and then they go to Orisha worship. So in that process, they taught me how to make Nation of Islam bean pies. And I ain't gonna teach y'all how to make it, but I made one the other day. It was so good, so good. Oh no, I have to wear an adult diaper if I eat Indian food, and I'm Indian. That's hilarious. My favorite kind of food is burgers, barbecue, and pizza. Yeah, those are just classic American foods. I won't say they're my favorite. They're just classic Americans. I like burgers, I like barbecue, and I like pizza. But if you're ever in Houston, y'all should eat at Frank's Pizza downtown. That's my favorite pizza in Houston. I love it. Um, burgers in Houston. Burgers. I don't know. One of my favorite burgers is this black-owned vegan restaurant called Green Seed in Houston off of Alameda and Wheeler. They are delicious. If you like barbecue, Houston barbecue, people be loving it, but I think because I'm not from here, I don't really like how they do barbecue. But people love it. Um, I think of what do I like? Because the place that I actually like their barbecue here in Houston is a Chicago style barbecue place, and I'm from the Midwest, so yeah, so I can see why I like them. Because my favorite barbecue place in the country are St. Louis and Indianapolis, where I'm from. So one is called Barbecue Heaven off of 30th in Fall Creek, and they have another location off of 26th in Martin Luther King, of course, because they look. And then in St. Louis, it's A&K's Barbecue in U City. Um, is it in U City? I don't know if it's in the U City, but it's called A&K's, and it's delicious. Um, Let me see what y'all talking about. I can't take Billy Porter and why they act like he's the only one on pose. Yeah, I think he's a great actor. You know, he's the one with the acting chops to me. Um, because he said he's grateful for the now, but they need to recognize the trans non-binary cast members. Yes. Yeah, we talked about that earlier. Yeah, I think this year that, like I said, this season two, the acting was way better than the acting on the first season. I think it really they stepped up their game, and I think maybe not to win, but to get a nomination, I think so, definitely. And what show has been more impactful to culture? I don't know. Mm, I don't see what makes Billy Porter stand out more than MJ, even Dominique. Y'all in this Dominique shit. I yo, mm-mm. And mm-mm. No, stop playing. Stop playing. What's that little meme of that little boy? Yo, stop playing. Stop playing. Stop playing. MJ upgraded great. Look, Billy Porter is carrying that show. No shade. Billy Porter's acting is carrying the show. Now I'm all for honesty. So it's undeniable that their skills did not um their skills upgraded in season two. Undeniable. Season two was moving. They let Angelica, because in season one they didn't really go through Angelica's story. It wasn't much character arc in Candy's story. Um, and they let Angelica really shine in season two. In that episode in season four. I think Blanca really put foot in her acting. She really stepped it up and did her thing. But from season one to season two, Billy Porter carries the show in regards to acting. I don't find Dominique skills to be anything notable for my taste. I'm not, if somebody lives, I'm not going to be like, oh, you don't live, you shouldn't live hard. No, if you live, get your life. But for my personal taste, Dominique is the least, it's like the least. I'm trying to think of who, you don't really get too much of Lulu. So I guess she gets, Lulu doesn't have that many acting scenes except for the funeral scene. That was kind of weird. Um, Yeah, even Poppy outdid to me. No, that's not shade. I like Electra too. I'm just yeah, I'm not a fan of her acting. I'm sorry. Jiggly Caliente should have been nominated, no shade. Who is Jiggly? Um, yeah, y'all just pulling. Look, I'm not playing with y'all. I'm not playing with y'all about. Come on now, y'all got to be real. I know folks is in their feelings, and I do think they should have gotten a nomination. But come on now, come on. Um, let's see. MJ definitely should have got a 9. MJ stepped her acting chops up. In season 1, the only time that I felt MJ's acting was when she was trying to convince the teacher to let Damon in the school. When they were sitting across that table scene, that was powerful to me. It moved me. Season 2, Blanca was wearing it out. Season 1 and 2, Billy Porter was wearing it out. Like, he is the one who has carried the acting through the whole thing. Blanca, season 1, and him, Billy Porter, him, and her in season 2 were going head to head. Boom, 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 boom. And I thought, yes, they're bringing the noise now. And then you add the episode with Candy, and she, she talking to her mama. Ooh. And then you add Poppy. I really felt Poppy little scene with Angel. That kind of, yeah. I was, there was moments for each one of them. I didn't have a moment with Dominique. I just didn't. The moment that I thought that she should have shined with her acting was the moment when she was dealing with the guy and her sex change. That should have been the time that she really shined, and it fell flat for me. It fell flat for me. It just wasn't for the tea for me. But if I was going to say who deserved a nomination, the show, MJ should have got a nomination. I think she turned it out. I think she turned it up. Now, India is the least, no shade. When she cries, I want to laugh every time. Yeah, I think all of them is on the same level to me. Yeah, I don't. Sometimes I be feeling it, sometimes I don't. She's the one with the members of the House of Alaska. She's one of the members of the The show got 5 nods, but Billy is the only acting nod. And I agree with Diane. Yes, Trace is such a talent actress, and they could have used her as a main. I'm just saying. Trace is white. I love Trace. I love Trace. Listen, I love her. I am a fan. Yes, but Trace is white, and this show is centering Black trans women. So no. Yeah, not at least. I want Trace to be in a, a sickening romantic comedy. I want Trace to be. I want to see Trace in. I want to see Trace in a action film. I want to see Trace in a cisgendered action film where she just so happened to be trans. I want to see her in Matrix X, Matrixy, sci-fi action film. That's what I want to see. Look and be insignificant. That's what I want. I also want to see Trace. This photo shoot she did with I don't know what that magazine is called, but there's a photo shoot she did where she's looking like one of them old Renaissance motherfuckers. I could see Trace in a period piece if she can get her dialect down. I can see her in a period piece too. So I want to see her in that. But in this particular show, I don't think Trace should have been a main character, and that was smart of them. Let me I think Ricky stepped it up season 2 as well. I think they all stepped it up season 2. I think they all did. You can't tell me when Electra read that girl in the country club was it Emmy worthy. No, I don't think that was acting. That was just a funny scene. We liked the scene. Like, even the scene was written weird, but it was funny. We liked that scene. And when she stuffed the guy in the trunk, that's not acting. That's just the situation happening. Oh, I want to see the emotions in your face. I want the scene that she should have shined on was the one that there were more emotional stakes. Emotional stakes was that situation when she was losing her sugar daddy. That should have been the scene that was written well. I don't think it was written well, and it wasn't acted well. I didn't. The time for her to step up and get out of that, the character, and the theatrics of when she's whatever that shit is that she does with Electra that reminds you of Crystal LaBeija, that is appropriate for the ball scenes when she is winning categories, blah 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 blah. When she's pooching on her kids and being cute with them, that should have been toned down in the situation with I don't know his name, the sugar daddy man. That should have been her chance to be real, and the theatrics of the character toned down and her emotions came out. I didn't pick that up at all on that scene, and it was a disappointment for me. Yes. And then I keep seeing y'all trying to get Electra to be Storm. If y'all don't get the fuck up out of here, stop. y'all are just trying it. Y'all are trying it. Stop. Electra is starting her own house. Word out. There really a lot of girls like that. I think MJ is going to get her chance. It's just a matter of time. Yes, I'm seeing growth. Did you like the show on Logo Noah's Ark? No, I did not. That is out of my age range. I don't say out of my age range. It is out of butch queens that are a little bit younger than me, or people who were butch queens at that time. They live for that show. Trans people that I know of didn't fuck with that show because it was centered around gay men. And in my age range, that wasn't for us, so I didn't fuck with it. But trans girls who were butch queens during the time that it was popular, who hadn't transitioned yet, they live for it. You know what I mean? I thought Dominique shined during the hiding the body episode, in my opinion. Yeah. I'm not trying to convince you not to like her. I hope that's not how this is coming out. If you live for Dominique, get your life. It just wasn't there for me. George Soros and the Rockefellers are mad about it. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. RuPaul Drag Race. I don't watch Drag Race. I'm not ever going to watch Drag Race until they include trans drag, because I think it's disrespectful to the art of drag to not include trans drag. You can't have drag without Tommy Ross, Erica Andrews, Mimi Marks, Monica Monroe, all the trans drag that push that particular artistry to another level. If you're not including trans drag, you're whack, and you are irresponsible with your platform. So I don't watch that shit. When Electra told Blanca that she has always been her heart, and ad-lib during season 1 finale was a standout moment for Dominique. I remember that scene. RuPaul services the girls around the world, men. RuPaul also talks about loving pizza on his show. It was obvious. I don't know how RuPaul got into the conversations. Trace is not white. She is high yellow, sweetie. I've been knowing Trace since before she transitioned. Trace is a white woman. I've been knowing Trace. You know, I'm from Indianapolis, and Trace is from like Dayton, Ohio, Columbus, Ohio area. So we've been in the same stopping ground since we were young, and that's a whole white woman. I don't know about high yellow. I don't know what you're talking about. What if Tyler Perry did a trans show? Who is gonna be on it, girl? and who is gonna be on it with them bad wigs? At least that'll help him upgrade them wigs. What did you think of Netflix? Hollywood. I haven't gotten to finish Hollywood. I started it, and what I watched was so good. Aside from them putting the Hollywood spin on the real stories, I really enjoyed the scandal. Yeah, I really, what I watched. I think I watched like 4 episodes, and it was so good. But I didn't get to finish it, and I never think about it when I'm about to watch something. When I'm like, "Oh, what do I want to watch?" I always watch something else. What would it be titled? Girl, I don't know. Foolery, trans foolery. Also, I love when they bring out the girls like Kelly, Naomi, Sanaya. Yeah, that's a beautiful part of just the culture of the show. Yes, I think that's a beautiful thing when they bring out the legends in the culture. Yes. I wish they explored the topic of losing men after a sex change. It could have been so much more. I guess they tried to, but you only got 8 seasons, so I don't know. But the problem with that, Callie, is this is just one show. There should be more shows. This shouldn't be the end all. It should be more shows. It should be tons of queer stories being told. So we're not having depend on one show to tell all of the stories because they're gonna always fail in that regard. They're gonna always not have enough time, not have enough resources, not have enough writers, not have enough episodes to tell to tell to tell the story. We have to have more shows, more characters, more people. Yes. If Tyler Perry did a trans child, it would be awful. He would ruin it. Yes, definitely. I was a bitch queen when Noah's Ark came out, so I know your ass love Noah's Ark. Flame Monroe got an Emmy nomination. Did she? For what? Um, Brianna, are you serious about Flame? Her character is supposed to be more comedic. I didn't hate it. What character are you talking about, Melissa? I'm not. I don't. I'm trying to scroll up to see what you said. What character? You mean trans judges? I believe they ready is nominated. Oh, okay. Princess Janae. As far as trans contestants, I was wondering the same thing. Have you watched P Valley? I am not watching P Valley because I am very annoyed that they hired on a show that has some queer characters that they hired Isaiah Washington, and I'm not watching that shit. There was nobody else available for that role. That's weird. He done fagged the gays down all the time. I don't live for that. Um, what is They Ready? It is Tiffany Haddish Club. Tyler Perry is low key gay. I don't know. I don't like to say people sexual orientation who hasn't come out or they just folks just assuming. There's some things that there's some there's some things that I pay attention to that other people may not pay attention to that are not. It doesn't prove anything, but it points to things for my own personal analysis. um, when I go to a retail store and all the dudes are fine, like if all the dudes that work there are exceptionally fine, I know that the hiring manager is a gay boy. If that's usually true for me. And so I think like that when I watch how people cast people. And when you look at Tyler Perry's plays and the shows he did before he got famous, all that kind of stuff, all the niggas that he hired are exceptionally fine. Not just cute, like exceptionally fine. And for you to have that kind of taste, that kind of exquisite taste in men, more so than he has it in women, I think that you have to be a gay man. I'm not saying he gay, but and this is, this is what I think. So yes. Let's see. Tyler Perry presents Medea's first lights fun. Get out of here. Why does Patrick Ilpoke live for Isaiah Washington like that? I didn't know that he was on the show. I was waiting to watch. Yes, that's true now that you mention it. Donna, you are a genius. Benny on, what's that? What's that talking about? Damn, he fine. There was a study done that concluded that there were more people who were questioning than who identified as either gay or straight. Well, y'all know I think everybody gay. I think everybody queer. I think it only takes the right person, the right circumstance, and a motherfucker fuck around. Yeah, I think. Right, catch them at the right time, the right level of hormones, the horniness. If you look like that type, because think about it. Say you meet a dude, a straight dude who never thought about being with any of the same sex, and anything of that has a penis. I don't want to say same sex. Anything that has a penis, whether it be a trans woman, a gay boy, whatever. If his type is, say, like a Holly Berry type, like, biracial, cute, da da da. If say that's his type. If he meets a trans woman that looks like his type, and it's a horny night, ooh, I might play around with this. If I've seen straight dudes, like really, like I remember this gay boy in our school, in high school. He was dumb as a box of rocks, but he had a big ass booty. No, not gay dude. He's not gay. He was straight, but he had a big ass booty. Like I done seen tons of booties now, but in my high school years, I hadn't seen a boy with a booty like this. And we used to take ceramics, so our pottery class together. So we used to always, you couldn't get your nails done and shit like that because that clay and being in your nails, and you fuck shit up. But he was in my ceramics class, and he was cakey, and he used to sag in his boxers. And boxers on boys used to back in the 90s, they used to be like loose. Baby, his cakes would fill up the back of them boxes. It'd just be like, wham. You like, woo. Cakes. His name was Randy. Now he's super big. But at the time, he was skinny, but had a big ass booty. And I would pay attention to dudes around him, and they were all looking at his ass. And then sometimes, in rare moments, they would say something about it. So I know they paid attention because they would say something about his booty. because it was so fucking big. It was like, yo, like what? How your ass get that big? And you know what I'm saying? He just was a regular ass nigga. But them cakes were, woo, wear it out. So thick, everyone in the room gets uncomfortable. Yes, it's like you have no choice but to notice it. And we used to ask them like, how your ass get that big? Me and the fish in the class. We'd be like, Randy, what is going on? Them cakes. Just caked up like crazy. And I think when they're in these homo, if they're in certain situations, I think they'll mess around. That's just what it is. I have cut a couple of cis men who are shaped like cis women, ass and hips. Yeah, I've seen some cakey ass. Even like if you just think about some trans women, there's some trans women who just start out and they got badass bodies without any work just because they thick ass fucking boys. Mm, yeah, me and my girls was cakey. We were cakey. Not cakey like Randy. Ooh, Randy was cakey. Ooh. Mm. Yeah, oh yeah. Randy got a big old butt. Oh yeah. Yeah, he did. He was a bunch of cakey dudes. He was the most cakey, but it was a bunch of cakey dudes in school. Especially the football players. They were thick. Mm. Nothing going on but the view and it's in the drink. Got to have a J-O-B. What else I want to talk about before I go? Because I am interviewing Raquel Willis at 4 o'clock. Mm-mm-mm. I think I already talked about Megan Thee Stallion on last episode. Um, but we talk about her a little bit on the show for tomorrow on Marsha's Plate for tomorrow. The mango flavor aloe vera juice. I like the mango, but I like the pomegranate. That's my favorite because it's like sweet and tart. It's not just sweet. Um, Have you been on long? No, I have. Well, I've been on an hour and a half. I want to ask about the beef between Kim Foster for Harriet and Chrissy. So I am interviewing Kim Foster. She will be on the show. Um, we're scheduled for August the 10th. So, what would you like to know? I asked her. I don't follow Chrissy because Chrissy is transphobic, so I don't really follow her. Um, I follow Kim because Kim is trans inclusive. I think Chrissy is a turf, and I don't respect people who don't show their face on their YouTube channel. I think that's weird. Um, yeah, anybody who like those people who don't show their face and they got so much to say, I wouldn't follow them. Yeah, I don't. That's weird to me. Um, yeah. Hey, Darnay. Is that how you say that? Darnay? Darnell? Darnellville? Is that how you say it? Hey. But yes, I will be having Kim on the show. What would you like me to ask her? Well, yeah, Chrissy is she's like a turf. She's anti-trans woman, and I don't really fuck with women like that. But there's a lot of women like that, so I don't really fuck with them. And so Kim is not. Kim is trans inclusive. She just had um, Cat Black, and I'm not gonna even slaughter her name. I don't know how to say her name, but another trans woman on on there, and you know, Kim has always been not even when it wasn't like in this popular time that it is now. Kim has always been. Um, she always mentioned trans women as long as I followed her. So yeah, but yeah, Chrissy is very turfy and very anti-trans, very transphobic. So I don't really fuck with her. Um, do you believe in any conspiracy theories? No, I don't. Not really. I think there's some conspiracy theories around 9/11 that I believe. Not necessarily every aspect of a theory, but I don't think that 9/11 was totally totally an outside job. But yeah, um, I want to know how trans women can help this women to accept trans inclusion. That's not our job. I don't think that's trans. If you're trying to dismantle patriarchy or trans misogyny, it's not trans folks' job to do that. It is cisgender people's job to do that. They have to do the work. It's not our job to figure it out. I'm here to support you when I can, but the people who are trying to do that. So I don't think that's our job. And what the fuck are these spaces made for cis black women that trans women are trying to invade? So just to keep it real, I don't think trans women should be in reproductive justice spaces. I don't think, and I've seen situations where trans women were trying to be in these spaces, and I felt uncomfortable. And so I think that trans men should be in those spaces. If we're talking about reproductive justice and those kind of things, I think trans men should be on those spaces. I don't think they should be exclusive um, to um, cisgender women because they have skin in the game. But there have been situations where I felt trans women were being really manly to me. They were being really manly in their approach to certain spaces. And I was like, yo, like this is ugly. This is how you're going about bogarting your way into this space that you really don't need to be in. It was uncomfortable for me watching it. And so if they want you out of the space and the reason is rooted in transphobia, then I think that's shady, especially if it's just like a general topic. Like if we're talking about, excuse me, if we're talking about um, domestic violence, and I just want it to be cisgender women only, then I know this is rooted in transphobia because you don't think that we are women and you don't think that we are affected by domestic violence. But if it's a specific reason, like when we talk about something that don't affect us in the same way, I think they should have a right to have spaces that they are that they that's exclusive to them. I think every demographic should have the right to have spaces that are exclusive to them. Um, yeah, and I think there was a conversation on when Kim was had the trans girls on the show that I kind of disagree with. There was, I think, I don't want to quote it because I might be wrong, but there was some point that was made that because they are in the position of privilege, we should be in their spaces because Kim made some kind of point about, well, there should be, if there are trans only spaces, why can't there be cisgender women only space or something like that? You all have to go back and listen. And there was a point that was made like because cis women are in a higher position of power. Yeah, I don't want to quote it, but it's weird. I didn't agree with it. It was weird. It was basically about the hierarchy of power, and I didn't like that. I didn't like how the point came off. Yeah, I didn't like it. Um, let's see. I love Kim Foster. I've been watching her for a long time. I love that she is stepping up. I don't who the other lady is. I know the other lady is. I just don't follow her. I ran across some of her because I'm pro black and she is pro black too. I run across some of her stuff, but I get off of it. As a YouTube vet and now podcaster, how can more black trans women build their platforms and get more listeners and views? Um, you have to be dedicated. I think you have to be dedicated to. I don't know if I'm a great person to say that. I only have 10,000. I've been on here for 10 years and I only got 10,000 subscribers. 10,000 something. Something's going on where I'm not going up, but you know, I do what I do. Um, the podcast is definitely growing bigger and bigger every month. We get about 25,000 listeners a month. Um, yeah, it grows, but I think my strategy, my strategy is just to talk about what's important. I guess what's important and hot in the moment, and have good analysis about it. I think that people resonate with, and that makes people want to keep listening and support you. Um, Building your platform is about, for me, I think a good person who is really good at this is Raquel Willis. I'm gonna ask her some questions about it too. Um, but Raquel is not selfish with her platform. Um, Raquel shares, brings other people in to share spotlight with her. And I think when you are trying to build a platform, bringing other people in solidifies you as a person that is about community, and it also shares your platform with other people. Like it's a cross share. Um, and I've never been a person for myself who was, if you are a person who has something to say that I agree with or that I think is important, maybe not don't agree with it, but I think it's important, and you have good analysis, even if I don't agree with it, but overall it's good or and not harmful, I don't mind sharing. If you look at the history of my channel, if you look at the history of my podcast, I bring people on. If I think they're smart enough to have a conversation, I bring people on. I don't think like, ooh, I don't want to bring her on because then she's gonna get more popular than me. Or ooh, I don't want to bring. I don't think like that. I think like I want people on my show that are smart, that are um, that bring something to the table, that bring something to the plate. And so I've never been a person that I didn't I did not share my platform with people who I think are brilliant, people who I think are thought leaders. There's some people who you will never see me working with because I don't think they are thought leaders. I think they are parrots. There's some people who are parrots. They're not very bright. They're not very smart. They are just parroting what they hear other thought leaders say. And as a person who is a thought leader, who thinks for myself, I don't, I can hear, oh, I know where you got that from. I know where you got that analysis from because I know you got that analysis from that person because the analogy that you're using is the exact one they did. You're not applying it to your life. And there's going to be some similarities, but people know how to apply theory to their life. When you're intelligent, you know how to apply your life and your experience to the theory. And I can hear it. I can tell when you have an intellectual grasp of some ideas. Even if the idea is not yours, I can hear when you talk about it how you bring it into your life. And so when I meet somebody who is brilliant, who is smart, they might have some of the same talking points, but they talk about it from their own perspective. And talking about things from your own perspective is what makes you unique. So when you have a platform, you can't repeat what Diamond Styles is saying. We could be talking about dismantling white supremacy in the same exact way. But how are you doing it and how is it relating to your life? How are you different from me? That's what makes it unique. A perfect example, Brianna. Brianna and Samaya, they have a podcast called Box 5112, named after the box that Tracy Africa was on, the Claro box. When they said that they wanted to have a podcast, I thought that was great. I thought it was amazing because Brianna is a brilliant thought leader. She is smart, intelligent. She thinks for herself. She knows how to adjust and move when she gets new information. Or, she bring her own information from her own studies. She's that person. She's that bitch. When we talk about Samaya, also a brilliant thought leader, a brilliant thinker. And so when they said they wanted a podcast, of course, I'm going to fucking shout out their podcast on my podcast because I don't operate from a place of scarcity. I operate from a place of all of us can eat. All of us can eat. All of us can build something. We can build a platform. So I'm saying a lot of stuff, but my main point is you have to build community with people. If you're trying to grow a platform, you have to build community with the community that you are serving or that you are from. Because if you are loyal to those people, they're always going to be loyal to you. They're always going to be, that's why you see people coming on my live saying, oh, I've been watching you since I was 13. Because I do my work and my show, whatever I put, my content that I create is for Black trans people. Now, if anybody outside of that group learns from it or get something from it, that's good too. But my content is for Black trans films. And then there's some people that I do things outside of that. So Black cis films. I love them too. So I do stuff outside of the once I get the trans covered, then I'll do that. And then once I get all the women covered of whatever kind, then I'm gonna go to gay men, because that's, to me, that's the next thing that my life has related me to. Gay men. What's going on with the gays and dykes? So what the lesbians doing? What the gay men, what's happening with them? What's going on? Because I care about that community too. And then it goes to the cis Black people. So for me, if I'm catering to those people, and I'm true to this shit, you're gonna continue to get loyal people. So that's how you build your platform. I hope that explains a little bit. No, I think they're talking about the bathroom. The average Black woman is not going to. The average Black woman is not going to a reproductive rights protest. So I don't know about that. I disagree with that. I know a lot of Black cis women that are in the reproductive justice fight. So I don't know what you're talking about. They're actually more impacted by that because they don't have health care. They don't have, they're usually the cities, the Republican states that are ran by Republicans have most of Black population in the United States. They live in those states. And so they're more impacted by negative effects of not having reproductive health care. So I don't know literally what you're talking about when you talk about the average Black woman is not going to reproductive right protest. Then you haven't been in the movement. You haven't really worked in the movement if you think that it's just white women, or I don't know what you're talking about. Starville boy, I don't know what you're doing. Hello, Big E. I'm pro, everyone. What does that mean? Are you finding podcasting a more beneficial platform than YouTube ever was? YouTube changed. It is more beneficial for me now. Podcasting is way more beneficial for me now. YouTube, I think I talked about this in multiple episodes back on here. Because I am a Black trans person talking about not controversial to me because this is my life, but to the mainstream, talking about trans issue is not meant for kids. And so if you didn't become popular already making YouTube money before they changed the algorithm, anytime I post that I'm talking about trans issues, they flag my shit to be inappropriate for advertising. It don't matter if I'm talking about something clean and it's just about transness. Just the fact that it is about transness, they flag my stuff as inappropriate for ads. So if every time I talk about transness, when my channel is revolved around the trans community, if every single thing I talk about is deemed controversial or inappropriate, I can't put advertisement on my videos. And so to make money on YouTube, you gotta have ads on your videos. That's what it is. So, when they changed the algorithm, it changed the amount of money that I was making, so it stopped being lucrative. So now I only do lives because they're fun, not because I make money from them. Now, I'm kind of learning tricks of how to name things, different things, so that maybe it won't get flagged. It won't not flagged. It won't get. Some of them don't get limited advertisement on them. Sometimes they'll go through if I name them and tag them right. Yeah. But podcasting is the money that I get from podcasting is when somebody pay you to advertise, which is not a lot, but eventually it would be. That comes when you get a lot of people following you. And I'm getting to that now because a lot of people, now that I'm up into like the 25,000 range, people are contacting me to advertise. So that's coming. But the money that I make now is from people actually supporting. Thank you, Callie. Thank you so much. Um, just people like that, just donating, people who have become patrons, who, who feel like, oh, they're listening every week, just like I pay for Netflix, a once a month for $9.99. Oh, why don't I pay Marsha's Plate once a month for $9.99? And so, um, um, so my main source of income is my patrons. So I put a lot of, that's why I put the videos of Marsha Play on Patreon for people who actually, support. What else? The gigs that I get from Marsha's Play, there's a lot of gigs that I get, like hosting gigs, like any kind of speaking gigs. People will learn about me through Marsha's Play, because what y'all don't know is a lot of people are using our content to teach in colleges. Like, it's so many professors who are linking people, like in our analytics, we'll see college school level links to people. What's your Patreon? My Patreon is Marsha's Play. It should be in the information in the bottom in most of my videos. I think, yeah, is Marsha's Play. And so they'll use a lot of our episodes in their college lectures and their college presentations and stuff like that, especially if it's LGBT folks. And so we will, I'll get gigs. Like, people will, like, I spoke at Stanford. I put the video is up where I'm speaking at Stanford. That brings money in too, and that's usually like a one-time big payment. It ranges from 2,500 to 5,000 for me, because I'm not some big celebrity. But that all can be negotiated. Also, any kind of producing gigs, like I said, I've produced for BET, I've produced for The Root, I've produced for, I wrote articles for Essence. I have, anything like that is money that's coming to you. The production stuff is more money. I think I got like 8 G's from BT. The most recent thing was Spotify. I got I think about 4,000, because I needed to. They tried to come with a little bit of money, but I told them that I have co-hosts that need to be paid, not just me. And so they upped the money, and I think we got like 4,000. And I was able to give me and Zia, Mia and Z. I said me and Zia. Mia and Z. I was able to get them $1,000. And so, and it was literally, we all we needed to do was do a show for them, a 25-minute show. So that was less work than we normally do for a show. So a 25-minute show for them, and they showcased it during, Pride Month. And so that was $4,000 for 25 minutes of show. Super, super easy. BET is not doing the work. BET got some shit. They pay me well because I negotiated well. They was trying to pay me $1,000 and play me. And it was shade. But because I'm an intelligent person that can negotiate, I negotiated it up to that. But they were trying to play me. it was that's a whole other story. And when we talk about Black Girls Rock, how they also, which is this is about Emmys and the snubs of the trans girls, they don't invite the trans girls to the Black Girls Rock. Y'all can't even let them present no award to the people. Really? But anyway, that is um but yes, that's how you monetize it. So it's way more podcasting is way more beneficial because people support is rooted in people supporting you and not YouTube and their bullshit. Um, I mean, are you? Does she think that a lot of Black women, in particular, are transphobic as a response of societal masculinization and misgendering Black women, or is it misdirected anger? Um, I don't think that's about us. I don't think that's about us. I think that's about white supremacy and how Black women have historically not been included in femininity. That's not about us. And we might get some misdirected anger in some kind of ways. I can see that, but it's not just about us. And Black women, they always are fighting for, cis Black women are fighting. Folks is always stealing shit from them, always trying to be in their space. So when Black trans women, we might, for some of them, they might think that we're trying to take their space. And I understand, but I don't think it's always the case. Sometimes I think you're just paranoid and transphobic. But, that's something we have to work out intercommunally. And I think how we work that out is you build with the people who are ready to build with you. You build community with, I don't go in spaces that I don't want to be in. That they don't want me in. I don't give a fuck about that. Like, I'm not, it's when I'm supposed to be here that I'm trying to fight for it. But if it's relevant for me to be here. But I'm not about to come in like a sorority. Like, if y'all motherfuckers don't want trans women here, I'm not going to try to break my neck to be in. No, fuck out of here. Fuck you. If you don't see me as a value, fuck out of here. Kiss my ass. Like everyday Black women, the girls at the hair salon in general public does not protest, but I've noticed the phrase of spaces. Yeah, I totally disagree with that. So the girls at the hair salon I go to and the general public Black girls, they are, not every single one, but I see a lot of them that are woke and trying to protest. I've noticed, I miss the days when YouTube was about the creators. Advertising has kind of ruined the community in a lot of ways. I don't think that. I think it's if when advertising is done right, it has changed people's lives. Like when there's YouTubers who are doing this for a living. Look at Kat. Look at Kat Black. She went and got a degree in the arts from Cal State, and she got her degree in one of the best art schools. And she's out. She was going to get jobs in her field, and they were being fucking racist or transphobic or patriarchal. And so it's almost like she wouldn't have the opportunities in the field that she chose to get her degree in the same way other people would if she was a cis white man. But look now, she has a whole different career because of YouTube, and she's surviving and thriving because of YouTube. I think that is beautiful. I think the advertising, it's not that it doesn't ruin it. What ruins it is Google and the system and algorithm that they have changed to benefit them and not the creator. It's not really the advertising that ruins it. It's the them. Folks have to sacrifice if they want to be real. And I don't think I think you can be real. I think you can be real. I think you can be real. You know, that's integrity. If motherfuckers is switching up because of money, that's them. That's that creative integrity. If they're switching up, that's just that's just them. Don't think it's I can't even blame that on YouTube. I'm gonna always be real with y'all. Like I'm gonna always tell you my opinion. I'm gonna always call out white supremacy. I'm gonna always call out patriarchy. I'm gonna always shit that is aligned with my beliefs. I'm gonna always call out it. It ain't gotta be. It ain't about no fucking money. No, fuck out of here. And even when people come to me with contracts and things, I always say, what are you trying to get me to do? Like, what can I say and what can I say? Because if you're trying to get me on this platform and I can't call out white supremacy, let me give you a perfect example. There was a show that I was a guest on in New York last year during Pride. One of the hosts was on a BET show. And during that time, they had just snubbed, they just did Black Girls Rock, and they had just snubbed the trans girls on there. And I called BET out on that show. And they purposely didn't use my episode because I called BET out. I'm never going to be a person, I don't care what happens. The thing about having your own shit, the thing about owning your own shit and having your own people that support you is that I don't got to kiss no motherfucker's ass. I'm not going to do that. And if I need to call it out, I have the power to, if I got to lose this money or lose this opportunity, I can deal with my own little 10,000 subscribers, my own little 25K people that come see me every week. I ain't trying to, do I want to grow and get big? Yes, because that gives you power to do powerful things to change culture. But I'm not sacrificing my integrity and what I think just to get those opportunities. If you don't want to fuck with me when I'm speaking truth to power, then I don't want to fuck with you. That's fake. And if somebody is switching it up because of money, they fake. And I don't feel that shit. It's not for me. I'm gonna always tell the truth. I'm gonna always tell what I feel. I'm gonna and if I'm not, I'm gonna just be quiet. I'm not gonna lie. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna be quiet and be like, well, I don't know about all that. I'm that person. If I feel like if I'm sitting in a space where I feel like some bullshit is going on and I gotta sit in the space, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be like, I don't know about all of that. That's not my feelings. I have total different opposite feelings, but let's talk about this. That's more my speed. I'm not gonna be, oh, they're so wonderful, they're so great, and blah blah blah. No, if you whack, I'm gonna say you whack. Get out of here. You spoke earlier about the necessity of gender space for all people and just mentioned sorority. Do you feel that gender specific school, college are necessary? I don't know about necessary. I don't know about I won't say if necessary is the right word. Um, Not necessarily necessary. I don't think they have to be necessary, but I think I think I think Spelman is a great school. I think that if you to eliminate the gender stuff, where it's just girls and focused on just girls and we're just talking about girl stuff and the curriculum is geared toward teaching us about women and the beauty of that. I think that that's good. I don't think that that's a negative thing for it to be segregated at times. But yeah, I don't think that that's necessary or unnecessary. I think it could be a powerful space. Yeah, I think it could be a powerful space. Especially with the stipulations that they have. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think what the as I get older, I am. I don't think by the time I die, I'm going to be divested from the binary. I'm a binary girl. That is where my comfort lies. But for this next generation coming up, I think what people are doing, what non-binary people are doing, and just people who are shaking up what the binary means, I think as we keep going, those gender things are going to be antiquated and obsolete. So yeah, I think that we separate by gender because it keeps people in their place in regards to the patriarchal system. So when we start dismantling more and more of that, the need for those separate but equal situations, the need for them to be separate will be less and less over time. I think, not in my generation. I think we're holding on to it. Me being non-binary struggle with having these conversations with people that support gendered schools. Yeah, yeah. So I can. It's hard. I'm invested in the binary. I can't say that I'm not. I am. But I see the beauty of what non-binary people are trying to achieve, and so I don't stand in the way of it. I can't say that I'm going to dismantle it in my own life and presentation, but I see the beauty in what they're doing, and so I support it. Yes. Sororities and fraternities. Yeah, I think that's the same thing. Schools and frats and sorors. I think some people need that. I think some people are invested in that. And over time, those things will get obsolete. I think it will be antiquated eventually. I don't know how long that's going to take, but it's like, remember back in the day, black people, we needed debutante balls. We needed, hey, Tanisha Watts, we needed, we needed debutante balls. We needed those things that showed us in our best light to white people. So we can say, hey, we need these things, But now we don't need no damn debutante balls. At the time they were needed, but now we don't need it. We know black folks can be spiffy and clean and sophisticated and da 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 da. We didn't have that. There was no need in that separation of class. There was no need. There was no value in it. There is no value in it now. To some people, yes, but those lines are getting blurred and blurred and blurred. Look at, I watched the remix fashion thing when they were talking about Misha Hinton. Is it Hinton or Hilton? And those they how the fashion industry kind of shunned them, and then now when they started blending those lines, when Dapper Dan and her, and they started blending those lines of what was fabulous, what was fashionable, what was fashion forward, and then they were kind of shunning them like, no, 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 no. But then now they are stealing what they did now and hiring them back on. But then now they're kind of coming to where the lines are blurred. And so I think that's a perfect example. Like ghetto and hip hop, all that shit used to be low class ghetto, but now it's like high fashion, part of high fashion. And I think that eventually, when it comes to those gender spaces, it is going to be where it doesn't make sense. Because it's look at how many non-binary people are coming up in the ranks of people. People are divesting in the younger generation, Gen Z and younger than that. Um, yeah, I think it's changing. When George brought up being an alpha during his interview with you, I felt so seen because I was going to be the high film alpha had I chose to do so. Yes. Yeah. There was all kinds of queer alphas in my school. That was the secret gay fraternity. That was like, yeah. They were like the opposite of Omegas. Like Omegas was the super toxic masculine one, and alphas were the queer as folk. And you know, when you talk about like kappas and sigmas, they're all sprinkled in there. But alpha was the queer one in my school. Um, you have to make your own specs. Sometimes things get outdated, like the realness category. Yeah, isn't the realness category getting outdated? Ooh, it's getting kind of cringy outdated in a way, where it's like, ooh, is this cute anymore? Yeah, are we invested in cis heteronormativity like that? Ooh, I just seem cringy now. The realness categories. I think GNC and trans folks take the space whenever they are. Instead of reinforcing the creation of those separate but equal spaces that came out of the constructed era. Yeah, the alphas at my school were uber masculine. Oh no, not in my school, honey. My school, it was the Q dolls that were the toxic masculine ones. And the queer ones were alphas. That's why all the queer ones crossed. You had a few queer folks in Sigma and a few undercover queer folks in Kappa. Those were the pretty boys. Sigmas were the smart boys. Alpha and Sigmas were the ones who had the intelligence. Um, Plain Jane niggas was Sigmas. Like just plain dudes. Joe Smo. Well, all right, y'all. I think I'm gonna have to get up out of here because I got an hour to prepare for my interview. But it was good talking to y'all. Make sure y'all thumbs up if y'all watching. Make sure y'all um, hit subscribe and hit the notification bell. We will be talking about. Yeah, this is a real trans male heavy episode on this episode tomorrow of Martha's Play. Marsha Play, yeah. So make sure y'all go check that out. It's coming out tomorrow. What else? What else? What do I have coming up? I already told y'all that I'm interviewing. Oh, I interviewed Conscious Lee, the cishet straight guy that was talking about trans folks on a positive level. I interviewed him yesterday, and that way y'all gonna love that conversation. Think of me in a country ass hood, cis straight nigga talking. It's beautiful. I love us. I love it. We were spitting some shit, so I think y'all gonna love it. And I haven't had a cishet dude on the show, so this will be the first time that I have a cishet dude on the show. And I think he's brilliant. So yeah. So we recorded yesterday, so I don't know. I think that is going to come out on the 6th. Yeah, I think that's going to come out on the 6th of August. What else? What else is coming up? I'm interviewing Kimberly Foster. She's going to be on the 10th, so that episode is probably going to come out on the 20th. 20th, yes. Probably on the 20th, yes. Yes, what else is going on? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. And Friday, we are going to be talking about Closer. So I'll see y'all Friday. All right, y'all. Are you going to have videos on Patreon? The video of me and Conscious Lee is going to be on YouTube. I always have videos on Patreon, but I think I'm gonna have that out because I think that's a powerful conversation that needs to be public. So yeah, I think that's gonna be out. Don't know if I'm gonna have the Kim conversation out. I think that's gonna be on Patreon. Not 100%. It's all gonna be free in on Marsha's Play. So, but the video I'm not for sure. But you're gonna listen to the whole thing on Marsha's Play for free. But if you're a patron, you get it all anyway. So yeah. But anyway, I will see y'all later. Y'all stay blessed. Let me go put some makeup on my face and get cute. So I will see y'all Friday at 7 p.m. We are talking about Closer, the show, the movie called Closer. Yes. Yeah, so you'll get it. Thank you. All right, y'all. Be good.